me ask you this question, Lawrence. There's a lot of people out there that want to be athletes.
Absolutely.
And so a lot of times they think, I'm going to be an athlete. I don't need to go to class. I don't need to study. I really don't need math. I'm not going to be using math as an athlete. So first of all, is that true?
It's not true. And you need math, particularly in sports. And in particular, when it comes to the NBA or NFL Combine, what they do is they test you to see how good of an athlete you are, right? Also, what your draft selection is going to be, and then how much money you're going to make, right? So that is all math.
Okay. And then also, if I'm not mistaken, you also use math to figure out what your average performance is.
Absolutely.
And then you can see if you're going to get better. That's how they rank athletes based
Absolutely.
on their times, their average number of hits, the average number of yards they gain, the average number of points they score. So everything is about measurement, using averages, and using numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Absolutely. And in basketball, it's really a lot about angles. We're not working on it now, but angles are very critical. It's always you hear angle. What's your angles? What are your angles in basketball? Right.
So what we're going to show you next is some important math concepts that every athlete needs to know and understand. So once again, very important for every athlete to understand these basic, easy to do math concepts.
Absolutely.
All right, great. Let's go. So now that we've done the number of drills, we're going to basically show you why it's so important that you understand some basic math concepts to make sure that you're operating at your peak performance. So tell us a little bit about what we need to do. What people do we need to make sure that we're operating at a peak performance?
Well, I think number one, you need to make sure at peak performance that you have proper sleep, right? Proper nutrition, and then also you have the right coaches or the right people helping you monitor your performance.
Right. And so they're going to help you monitor your performance basically by somebody timing you, timing your drills, and then you also need somebody to record the information down, make sure that it's accurate. So everybody has a role and you need your whole team to be successful.
Yes, and that is very important because it shows or measures how much you're improving or not improving and what steps you can take in order to, as you say, achieve peak performance.
So let me show you a couple things you can do. The first thing you do is something called a two-way chart. And basically, a two-way chart is just a series of boxes here. It can be as many as you want across, but two boxes across the bottom. That's why you get the term two-way chart. If I added another box, it would be a three-way chart. So anyhow, I labeled one box trial 1, one box trial 2, one box trial 3. And this will be the times. On the bottom here, we're going to list the times for your drill. So let's say one of your drills was...
Let's just say if it was the lateral speed drill, which they do at the NBA or NFL Combine. Let's say my first trial was actually 12 seconds.
Okay.
And then trial 2 was 10 seconds.
All right.
And then trial 3 was 8 seconds.
Got it.
And then you say, well, how do you find the average of all of the three different trial runs?
You simply divide the sum of the times by the number of trials. So in this case, we're taking the 8 seconds plus the 10 seconds plus the 12 seconds, and we're dividing it by the 3 trials, or 30 seconds over 3, which is equal to 10 seconds. So now that you found your averages and you've got your two-way chart set up, the next thing you want to learn how to measure is your percent change or your percent improvement. So basically, I looked at my trial 2, which was 8 seconds, and my first trial, which was 10 seconds. So I took 8 minus 10 and divided it over my original time, which was 10 seconds. 8 minus 10 is negative 2 over 10, and that made that a decimal, and that equals negative 0.2. And then to convert from a decimal to a percentage, you have to move the decimal point over 2 places, and that gives you negative 20%.
So basically, when you go from 8 seconds and your first time was 10 seconds, negative just simply means you've decreased your time, right? 20%, which would be really good.
Yeah,
right. So this is a case where a negative number is actually better because you're actually faster, showing that you actually completed the trial run at a faster rate.
So now, here's our challenge for you as athletes and as scholars. We're challenging you to do your own two-way chart, to go through the drill, to measure your times, and to monitor your performance to see if you're improving or if you need more work. That's it for now. Keith Herring from Target Excellence, Lawrence Funderburk. Thank you.
Stay healthy.